What's up, congratulators? I'm Xavier Garcia. Welcome to the Ultimate Psychology channel. All right, check it out. Never look back, okay? This is what this video is about. I was faced with the challenge, and I love the place where I was at and what I was doing there. But I'm going in a new direction in my life, and I have to say goodbye, and I had to say goodbye. And this is a difficult situation. Sometimes, I don't know if you're in this situation where, if you're going into a new job, a new career, you have to leave your old one behind. I know I was in a place where I was serving people with disabilities, and I got so much love there, but I was barely making ends meet, and I was having to eat out of cans of tuna cans, and that was very difficult for me. And so I had to move on to a place with more prosperity to make more money, even though I felt like I was leaving love behind. And so that was difficult. That was a difficult decision to make. All in all things that all's well that ends well. So, and here I am today. But check it out. And I also have a buddy who's in a situation much like I had been in a situation once before, where he has one foot on first base and another foot on second base, and he's having a difficult time saying goodbye to his ex-girlfriend. He doesn't know if he should go, if he should stay, and he kind of keeps her dangling there. And he has to cut that cord and set himself free. And it is dangerous, it is scary to go out into the unknown, into that abyss. But you have to put yourself out there so that you can really get the benefits of what life can offer you. If you're playing safe and you're playing in security mode, you're not going to get the full freedom that life can offer you. It's like if you had a ball and chain attached to your foot, and you want to run and dance and play, and you can't do that because something else is holding you down. So you got to free yourself up, so that way you can love with freedom. So, kind of trying to make this transition, and follow with me here. I have a whole concept here I'm gonna cover here, even though it seems like I'm bouncing around. If you're leaving a particular situation, whether it's a job or a relationship or anything from anywhere, if you have prior commitments, you want to do your best to stay true to your obligations and see those things to full term. It's just about kind of being a man and keeping your word. There's some exceptional cases where it's just like, that's what it is, and you got to say goodbye. You got to let go, and let God and take off. And hopefully in that situation, the people will understand and respect your decision, and they'll be blessing you on your way. You don't want a situation where people are, where you burn your bridges. So that's a point that I want to make there about never looking back, because we're talking about going forward and not looking back, because when we look back, it prevents us from, we can trip on something, right? We have to have our eyes forward so that we don't fall and we don't stumble, and we can be on the fast track to success. I know there's a story in the Bible where, God's taken out this town because they're just so bad and immoral, sinful. And there's this one family, this one household that is going to be saved. So there's this only one family that's going to be saved. And as they're fleeing the city and the town, and it's getting bombarded, like fire's coming down from heaven, this family's running, the man's out front, and he's pulling his wife and his kids or whoever else is with them. And the wife, the woman, she feels compelled to look back, because something about her longs for the familiar, the old, and she's not looking towards the brighter future and what's out there for them. Because even where they're going is dangerous, but it's definitely not what's happening back there. She longed for it, and guess what happened? She turned into a pillar of salt, and then that was the end of her. So you don't want that to be a situation where you keep looking back. Should I go back? And you're longing for those, even though there's great pleasures there, or it can even just be goodness, it's not greatness. And so you have to cut that cord, cut those ties, so you can get your ultimate destiny. And as you take off, and then back into modern day reality today, people are going to have their opinions, and they're entitled to their opinions, and you're going to disappoint people. You're gonna hurt their feelings. They're going to try to make you second guess yourself. But the only way to find out is to actually take that chance, take that risk, take that leap of faith. Hindsight is always 20/20. You can always come back. Hopefully, if you didn't screw anybody over, you can get your job back, or you can make it up with your girlfriend or your boyfriend and just say, hey, look, I was going through this, and if it's totally genuine and heartfelt, and you didn't do something stupid, then they're going to take you back, and you'll be re-enlisted, and you'll be back to normal, back in your stronghold, because we do take risks a lot, and on our path to finding, on our journey towards getting to our ultimate destiny and our promised land, we're going to make a lot of mistakes because we have to try new different things. We don't know which is the way to go, and we have to keep stepping out in faith and constantly making those course corrections. And even though it's painful at times, because it seems like you're making every mistake in the book before you can get anything right, it's worth the payoff. It's definitely worth it in the end. All right, so as you head out forward, if you know this is the truth for you, there's an expression that Shakespeare once said, something about like, if you're being true to yourself, you can't be false to anybody else. So if you know your truth and you know you're making the right decision for yourself, there's no need for an explanation to other people of why you're doing what you're doing. Of course, you want to do things in a classy way, but as an expression goes, real men and women never complain, and real men and women never explain. So get out there and do the job that needs to be done. It's going to take great faith. Hold your head high, and when you are being bold like that, the universe will conform to you. Don't worry about, at such and such a date, I'm going to make this decision, or I'm going to wait for this to happen. Start acting now. Life is short, and the miracles will come when you start putting your faith in the miraculous, in doing those faithful things. All right, so as we begin wrapping it up here, to help you make this choice, if this is part of your situation, sometimes we're in our comfort zone and it feels really good there, but you've already gone through the system, you've already gone through the process, and you're already saturated at a point of you've done your work here, and it's time for you to move on. So quit playing small and step out of the box. You want to start playing big, start being your big bold self. So as you step out and you're living in this land of never looking back, it's okay to look back in the sense of, appreciating the memories that you created there, or having nostalgia about those things. But they're never in the sense that they're going to pull you back and change your focus. When you step out into this new land of never look back land, I want to encourage you that once you get there and you step out into this place, things are going to happen for you that you never thought were going to happen. Doors will open that you never seen or could have predicted, because you're putting yourself in a state, in an energy field that will love and adore you and will shower you with good things, because it rewards you for being bold and stepping out and doing new things. All right, so do you get what I'm saying? This is about like never looking back, okay? Your life is short. You don't got too much time to do anything else. You got valuable people looking for you, counting on you for doing this. And if you're going to keep wasting your time not doing what you're capable of doing, then you're wasting your time. Then you're a waste of life. And what are you even doing here? I'm not telling you should go kill yourself or commit suicide, but you need to take a hard look at what your life is about. It is short. You only got so much time, and you're a precious gift. You got so many things to offer to people that maybe you don't even know about yet, but you're too scared and you're timid and you're playing in this little fearful place that nobody's going to be able to see you, and you're never going to be able to shine. And you have those capabilities within inside of yourself. We all do, yes, that's true, but you're uniquely you. And if you're watching this, then this is exactly what I want you to hear. That you're capable of doing it, but you're caught up with playing the small game, with hiding behind other things, or hiding behind lies or beliefs that are not true, limitations that are not even there if you really push back, right? You look the tiger in the eye and it backs down. So you have the capability to step up. And if anything's going to get me mad or get me pissed off, and that should get you pissed off, is that you're better than this and you can do more. So dig deep within yourself and start making the choices. Have the conversations that you need to have. Turn to the people that you need to ask the questions that you need to have. Start drawing a diagram or a map, or start designing your ideal future, because it's completely available to you. There's so many people, successful people, especially here in America, anywhere in any first world country where people are doing it, and you're not excluded from that. And there's so many people that are not going to achieve this state, and it's so easy. It's easy in the sense that it's simple. You decide what you want to do, and that doesn't have to be difficult. So stop trying to make it more difficult than it is. You start just doing what you want to do. Do what makes you happy, what makes you happier than what you already are. If you're happy already, you know what I'm saying? Or if you're not happy, start doing just from simple things. If you want to have an ice cream, have some ice cream, right? Now, I'm not telling you to like go and just be full of pleasure seeking and low level gratification and happiness, But start to reward yourself and treat yourself. And as you do, have a hunger inside you that says, you know, this is great, this is nice, what's better, what's next? You're fully capable of what's healthy. And when you start asking that question, the answer is going to come to you, and you're going to be like, oh, whoa, you're going to get all shaken up. I can't do that. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. And if it's not that right away, then find the second best thing and get back on track and start climbing that mountain again. Because this peak is you're totally capable of getting to the mountaintop. And up here on top, it's not necessarily lonely at the top, but there's lots of room and lots of space. Because game recognize game, right? Players recognize players. When you're living out your life and you're living out your dreams, you become a congratulator because of the fact that you know someone's being successful. You can admire them, give them a high five, give them respect because they're doing what you're doing. Maybe in a different lane, a different context or profession, but you can say, hey, that guy's doing it too, right? I don't know what he had to overcome or what she had to go through, but they're there just like I'm here, or they're making the struggles that I went through, and we can just acknowledge each other, and that's how you can create great fellowship, friends, and high quality people that come in your life and that can encourage you, and they're coming from a right place because they've done it themselves. This is how you attract people and an extraordinary life, because it's not just about going from an isolated experience. Yeah, I climbed the mountaintop, I'm on top of the world, and there's nobody else around me, right? But this is getting to a level, a plateau where everybody else around you is a player, right? You want to enjoy and maximize your experience so that life becomes a party of celebration. It's like, yeah, you did it, and you did it, and you did it, and yay, high five, and this is my story, this is what I overcame, this is how I did it. And people are celebrating that all the time. But it's not a place from false encouragement where people giving you a trophy for trying but never succeeding, because that makes you sick inside. I don't like that, right? Because it's not authentic, it's not genuine, and you know deep inside yourself it's not real, and you know you didn't earn it or deserve it. You do have to climb or overcome your obstacles, and we all have obstacles, huge mountains to overturn, right? We got to turn the world upside down and shake it up, all right? I'm not asking you to go out there and break any rules or laws, but some of them you should think about, not necessarily laws of the land, you can get yourself thrown in jail, but in terms of good girls don't do this or good boys don't do these things. Step out, express yourself as a genuine, authentic person that you've yet to even discover because you're scared to step out your own box. Like, your personality will grow and shine. I don't want to use the word shine, but it'll fully manifest itself, your personality quirks, because sometimes we play so small, so conservative, we want to be a certain way and present ourselves a certain way. We see this all the time in social media. People, they want to have their good side, and then you meet the person in real life and they're like, eek, because they're trying to be like conformist, Confucianist. And you want to be able to live full out, full bodied, here I am, this is who I am, this is how I act, and my full range of behaviors. Obviously we always do our best, but you want to be fully accepted for who you are. There's no greater love, there's no greater feeling of acceptance. I think it's what makes me attracted to my wife, because I can be myself without trying to posture or trying to be cool, a Casanova. And I got some smoothness to me, I got some game, but I got a lot of areas where it's just hilarious and funny. It was like, were you just trying to be smooth there? So don't worry about that. When you're coming from a place of love and you're going to a successful place in your life, you're going to get the opposition, you're going to get the haters, you're going to get the never will be's to come against you, and it could be heavy at first if you're just starting out, because if you're just like a green small little tree and you're coming through, if someone comes steps on you, you're going to get crushed. But time will show you that, you can get through those things, and they're not enough to keep you down. You could be the rose that grew through the concrete, and you can become a strong oak tree once you persevere. And it's just a little bit of perseverance in pain. It's a temporary pain, but you can stay in that in-between place, right? Because you can't be a child, a baby boy anymore. You have to grow up and be eventually a man. You can stay like a man-child and posture and think that you're a man by acting all macho or being all sassy, and you think you're a woman and you think your stuff doesn't stink, right? We're all human. We're normal, natural human beings. You should be able to accept your flaws, your warts and all, as it says. When you do that, you can really begin to love yourself. I saw a quote the other day, and it says, or just this morning, I'm walking in, and I wish I can give credit to the person who posted this, but it's like, you know, people work, practice at a certain craft until, like say a ballerina is working on, like, you know, someone who's just starting out, she works on her craft until she feels pain. But the pros, the superstars, they work until it's not painful anymore. What does that mean? So as say you're a boxer and you know, you start hitting the bag, you're punching. It's like, oh, I'm tired. Well, you're tired because you're weak. When you go in day after day, practice like a wild beast, right? Maniac. You build the muscle, you get stronger so you can go another round with full intensity. And that's how you develop yourself, your inner character. And that's the thing that allows you to have perseverance in life when you have those slings and arrows or that mud being slung at you. And it's just a joke, it's silly, because then it's, you know, it's just a reflection on them. And then you have sympathy, you have empathy for those people, because that's where they are on their journey. I mean, there was a place in my life when I was like, I thought this part of the world was, you know, racist or whatever. And there may be some of those elements to that still exist today, but it's so small now that I'm grown and like I'm awake, I'm woke, right, to the truth, because all people have shortcomings in their own way, and that's as individuals and as a collective. But the way I saw the world is so thin that it doesn't even really play a factor anymore. There's nothing that's going to stop me from achieving anything that I want to achieve or I set my mind to. I mean, it's wide open. We've had Barack Obama become president, and you know, as a black man, so there's no limits on what you become. So whatever excuse you have, and I'm sure you have your challenges, and you know, your life might not look like somebody else's, and that's okay, but you need to have gratitude and appreciate what it is about that makes you unique and much more special than somebody else's life. Just like Rachel Cruz says, she's a financial person, daughter of Dave Ramsey, and she says she had a book called Love Your Life, Not Theirs. And I really take that philosophy to heart. You know, I am where I am. I believe I'm right where I'm supposed to be in life, and you're right where you're supposed to be in life. So enjoy that and appreciate it for what it's worth, and know that there's either you're creating your success story right now, or I mean, that's basically what I'm saying, or you're on the other side of that, or you're about to go through your crucible of life, your dark night of the soul. And we're all going to have that. We'll all have a testimony in some way of where we've been and what we've gone through. And that way you can cross that bridge, whatever that difficult area time of your life is. You can, when you recognize somebody else going through that, you can help them walk through that. But you don't do that if you're always looking back on the past and reflecting on the good old days or what have you, and you're going to stay stuck in the past because you're afraid to go move forward in your life when the best is yet to come. So this is Xavier Garcia signing out. We got much more content. Stay tuned. God bless you, and continue to love with freedom. God bless you. Peace. Thank you for watching.